Again, thank you all for joining today's hearing on the role Americans' international development programs can play in combating global climate change. This November, the world's leaders will converge on Scotland for the United Nations COP26 Summit on Climate Action. The stakes couldn't be higher. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change report this year indicates that we need to be far more ambitious in reducing emissions from fossil fuels that are causing the climate crisis. When President Biden goes to Glasgow on a diplomatic mission to convince our partners and adversaries to step up, he will need a clear vision for what the United States and the world must do. First, I hope we can reach an agreement on the President's Build Back Better Act before the end of the month so he can negotiate from a position of strength and a strong set of commitments for climate action by the United States at home. But the witnesses here today will be able to speak to the other part of the President's agenda, what we will be doing globally through our development programs to help the world reduce its carbon emissions and build resilience against a changing climate. During this hearing, I hope we will discuss the goals of our development programs and what we're looking to achieve. I'd like to hear about how USAID, DFC, and MCC are each balancing their work between climate mitigation, by that I mean reducing carbon emissions, and resilience or adaptation. I strongly believe that combating climate change is critical to effective development outcomes. If we fail to take climate into account in our development projects, the roads we build will be washed away during the next hurricane season. Not taking climate into account leads to less sustainable results. In short, international development is climate policy, and I look forward to your testimony today. I hope the witnesses speak to how their respective organizations define climate-related work and speak to how a changing climate will affect development outcomes. I called this hearing to get a better sense of what the administration's policy will be on, for example, the financing of fossil fuel projects abroad and where they see trade-offs, if at all, between climate goals and development outcomes. And I'm encouraged by the decision to limit the deployment of new fossil fuel projects, but we need clarity on when, where, and under what circumstances this will occur. USAID, DFC, and MCC have powerful tools to lend towards addressing climate change. The witnesses today will speak to how their agencies can contribute towards the President, Congress, and the United States goals at COP26. With that, I'll now turn it over to Ranking Member Malliotakis for her opening remarks, and then recognize Chairman Keating and Ranking Member Fitzpatrick for their opening remarks. Ranking Member Malliotakis, please.